Exposure operation. This is Zaya. I hope everyone's doing okay tonight. This is going to be an interesting lesson for you. I need you to understand your enemy has always been in front of you. It's always been around you, in the presence around you. You can't run from it. But there are times that it will catch a grip and let you know it's there. And when that happens, you understand you're not just fighting against the flesh, right? You see his face, he is serious. And then he realized, we are not against flesh, my friends. But darkness itself. That being said, understand circles and rituals. And I told you how rituals work in 7. But we're going to dig deeper. I'm going to show you. And before we even dig deeper than that, I'll show you something else that you need to know. Is the Google search bar AI? Google's, it says right here, literally. And deep learning is a whole nother, this is a whole nother subject we'll get into later. That's a part of AI. And I'll show you here, it does use AI. Right here at the search bar, this is AI. This is actual artificial intelligence you're working with and talking to. That's the wild thing. It's black magic. When you understand that, you're using it at your resources. So, like I was showing you in my other video, don't work with it like you need to. Work against it. Make it expose the real truth. Then expose the truth through Gematria. But like I was telling you, we are not against flesh and blood. And basically, principalities means chief order, time, place, or rank. The demonic brains behind the evil strategies of high-ranking evil supernatural powers, as well as powers and sin of evil in operation in the world. Literally right there, it says it right there. But the verse itself says, we'll go to the King James Version, just like the King James, the Jesuit who rewrote the Bible. Understand that the Bible it's scripture that you're reading, of course, but it's script. For we not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Interesting. Very deep. The rulers of darkness of this world, right? See that, right? Of this world. So if God created everything and God created the world, understand that God kicked Lucifer out of heaven into the world we live in. Understand that. Interesting read right here. Therefore he created the material world and trapped souls from heaven inside matter. That makes 100% sense right there. What's going on in this world? Feels like we're trapped. 100%. And the most powerful angel in heaven is Seraphim, who sings, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty," over and over again, continuously in the heavens. That's deep. But understand, we are not against flesh and blood. And that being said, you can understand the propaganda that gets played through all the movies and cartoons and shows we watch. And then you slowly realize it's had a grip on you the whole time. But it feels like a pull because you're always in a routine wanting to watch something, just not realizing it. But when you snap out of the reality and realize it's actual black magic, actual darkness itself working as science, then you realize it's always had a suck in your life, like a pull. Like there's always been a drowning sensation. No matter any way you go about it. You can fight it as much as you want. But it seems like every day there's something else you're always at battle with. And it's darkness itself. Darkness is deep. And it comes in many categories. And I showed you part of the key just recently about your cell phone being actual black magic, and you went for a ride to understand. It's through connection of ritual sigils, black magic ritual, continuous spells, and AI, artificial intelligence. But when you understand Jesus died and he was reincarnated, and that would be the Antichrist, because Jesus risen, he rose when he died. You die in the flesh and you die in the spirit. Jesus did not die in the spirit, he died in the flesh. Understand that you are mistaken, and the second death is the Antichrist that's coming. And darkness itself is going to get really, really deep. When it comes in many forms and categories, like I said, through propaganda like movies, books, shows, clothes, fashion. It's everywhere. Symbolism. But it's actual darkness in disguise. There's a control over the world, and it gets deep because it seems to get more darker and darker every single year and era we keep growing. And there's an army in a war that's coming, a spiritual warfare. You gotta be ready. Make sure the enemy that you're facing is not your brothers and sisters. Evil comes in many forms. And when you realize through deception and illusions you've been fooled, it's been there all along, then you realize you can't defeat darkness itself. The only way to defeat darkness is to believe and have faith. It's important. It gets very, very vivid through video games and propaganda and in life. Life's rituals are real. Very real. It may not be all fancy like the video games, but it sure will be very soon. And I can assure you that. It seems like they want to keep pushing the propaganda more and more. Any way you see it, darkness is always there and it disappears in moments. In a bliss. Some people catch it, some people don't. So you gotta suit up and realize Gematria is the key. It helps you decode your reality in many forms. And this is the most important part. Sometimes in life, you have to fight your brothers and sisters to make them realize they're attacking their enemy the wrong way. And they're gonna armor up and try to defeat you, but realize it takes brothers and sisters in numbers to defeat anyone, even to show order or control. There will always be a divide, no matter what. But when you realize the real evil I was telling you about had control all over along, there's pieces to the puzzle you may not realize you understand, but when you start to put them together, you realize really who has control. And remember, you may not have connected the dots, but UFOs are disguised to be demons. Transformers shows a great, excellent point of view here. The Decepticons, deception, evil. But still, it works just like that. A demon can manipulate you yourself because you're not pure apart. To understand how to see through deception And that's how Gematria helps. You break your false reality. You understand that you live in a reality that is manipulated in many, many ways. It's groundbreaking, earth-shaking, astronomical. You may not want to go through the portal, but maybe you already have. So, don't be deceived. Understand, deception works in many ways. And the main enemy is Lucifer. He is not chained in the deepest abyss of hell. Lucifer is free to roam the cosmos, but not heaven. He is forbidden, meaning he has ritual empowerment over the earth and the cosmos. So of course, propaganda would lead to believe demonic ritual entities exist out there in the pygmy universes. But don't forget about the dragon. Dragons resemble who Satan really is. Satan is the dragon and always will be. And to refer
if you really want to party with me, put your hands in the sky for me.
the great war in heaven.
Let me see what you got for me.
Yeah, even Wikipedia. The book of Revelations describes a war in heaven between angels led by Archangel Michael, who is Michael is the angel of war, one of the most powerful angels, against those who led by the dragon, identified as the devil or Satan, who will be defeated and thrown down to the earth. You see that? Thrown down to the earth. Revelation's war in the heavens is related to the ideal of fallen angels, and possible parallels have been proposed in the Hebrew Bible and the Dead Sea Scrolls and other canon scriptures, just like the Apocrypha. Right here, Lucifer and his fallen angels hurtle down to earth, so it makes sense to believe in mythology. Mythology makes complete sense. The Apocrypha, which I'll show you, are missing canon scriptures that were took out of the Bible for lots of reasons. But the most known Bible that is read is the King James Version. But understand that the Apocrypha, missing pieces of the Bible, was not written by King James, so they were not manipulated. It's different and it's deep. That's why they're missing, and that's why they're hard to get a hold of. It makes sense when you connect the dots. But if we jump into the decode, and we look into darkness itself, darkness equals 91, which is 9, 28, 125, and 53, right? So let's see what Lucifer is. 47, 38, 115, and 43. The 125 and the 115 are the same. 25 times 1 is 25. 1 plus 1 is 2, and the 5 would stay, equaling 25. They're both 25. So it's just like it being a similar resemblance. Lucifer is another type of entity of darkness. So, that being said, we'll look into demons. Demons is 70, 25, 92, and 29. The 92 and 29, 9 minus 2 is 7, and 9 minus 2 is 7, just like the 115 is 5 plus 1, and 5 plus 1 is 7. Interesting. So, and you can see there's a straight 7 in the beginning. I could be missing other things, but I'm trying to show you the connection here to what I'm about to show you. Ritual possession. Let me restart this. Ritual possession equals 231, 69, 201, and 102. Just like Event 201, Agenda 21, the year 2021. Really? Really? That's deep. But ritual possession equals 69, right? So let me show you how this works. Just like I did before, I'm going to pull out the memo pad. And we're going to start with, let me open these back up like I did. We're going to go ahead and start with 69. Right? Six times 9 equals 54, right? 5. Remember, the 69 was the surface. That's the surface code, the surface crust of the decode. Then you got this layer. The next layer is the Gematria. And then we're breaking it down again, taking the 5 plus 4 equals 9. Now we're into the new matrix, right? But 9 can be broke down into 3, 3, 6, 9, right? So it gets deeper into the paradox. That being said, like I was just saying, check this out. Let me put down one more. 9 breaks down into 3, 3, 6, 9, right? With 2, there's 2 middles between 3, 6, 9, right? Like there's 3, then 6, then 9, 3, then 6. That's 1/2 right there. Then 6, then 9. You see what I'm saying? 3, that's 1, then 6, then another, then 9. Right? So you could understand ritual possession equaling 201. 0 has no value. 2 times 1 is 2. That's that 2 and that ritual. Can you see how deep this is? That's that 2 dashes up here. The 2 dashes, the 2 spaces here. It's because 9 is the deeper number of the 69 when we break it down. So 9 of that 69 being the top of the ritual possession. And 69, because 69 is 6 times 9 is 54, which I'll show you, the ultimate, don't forget about this. I showed this before. The Jesuit motto. I was talking about this earlier. They're for the greater glory of God. So they're trying, you could be saying it's greater than God, right? But we're looking for their oath. Chastity, probity, obedience, and specific ordinance to their missions defined by the Pope, right? Defined by the Pope. See that right there. The first Jesuit to be elected by the Pope, Pope Francis. Now check this out. This isn't the oath. This is the oath. Right here. Of the earth, and that I will spare neither age, sex, or condition, and that I will hang, burn, waste, boil, flay, strangle, and bury alive those infamous heretics, rip up the stomachs and wombs of the women, and crush their infants' heads against the walls in order to annihilate their inexorable race. That's very, very deep. That's the Jesuit oath. Why do you think I'm trying to expose the ritual evil? It's very evil and ritualistic. Very ritualistic. But let me show you. 1540 is when the Jesuits started. Let's see here. I'll show you. Yep. The Society of Jesus, right here. Again, the Society of Jesus is the religious order of the Catholic Church, headquarters in Rome. It was founded by Ignatius of Loyola. That's the head guy that started the main thing. Never forget about that guy. And 6 companions, right? So that would be 7. The 6 companions and 7, like the ritual 7. Right. Because 7 is ritual. 6 companions plus Ignatius Loyola is 7. With the approval of Pope Paul, that's the Jesuit, in 1540, right? See that right there? 0 has no value. 54 times 1 is 54. That's the same 54 up here. And you break it down to the Gematria. If you didn't want to break it down any lower, you could see that the ritual evil is used through the Jesuits. I'm showing you this. And I showed you their motto. Understand They use ritual evil, Babylonian black magic. It's deep. It's deep, guys. When you understand that, then you understand who the real dragon is. And who the real dragon was the whole time. It's deep. It's deep. Very deep. Very, very deep. But understand, I just showed you the key. The key is deep. And when you go back to the decode, if it didn't reset it, that 201 in event 102 is the New World Order. It's deep. Right there. 7 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 1. Right? $174, right? You gotta break that down. Don't use the 1, just use the 74. So we're putting it, just using 74. I'll go back to the memo so I can write it down and show you. $174. 7 plus 4, right? Hopefully you're writing this down. Equals 11. Then break it down to the next layer, the new matrix, which is 11 plus 1 equals 12, which is the 102 or the 201 event 201. Literally, it's ritual magic. Remember that. Remember, you have to break down these real deep. Really, really deep. Remember, ritual possession equals 201 and 102. So this year is very ritually. Very ritually. Ritual year. Be careful what you do and what you say and how you talk. Don't talk things into existence. Just be careful about that. Much love, guys. Much love. Stay woke. Get ready for the next one.